Greetings and welcome. I hope that you are all doing well. Thank you so much for being with me here today to start talking about my November books. The first book for November is a book that I've waited about 10 months for, and it's the fourth book in the Inheritance Game series. It is The Brothers Hawthorne by Lynn Barnes. And the Hawthorne brothers grew up believing that they would inherit their grandfather's fortune, only to find out when he died that he had chosen a stranger, Avery Grams, to inherit. In this, the fourth book, the focus has shifted from Avery to the brothers, specifically Jameson and Grayson. They are both trying to find their place in the world and discover who they are. And for them both, their past is coming to the forefront. Jameson is a risk taker. He seeks new experiences and, like his brothers, loves games and puzzles. When his father reaches out to him to ask a favor, Jameson thinks that they're about to embark on a father-son relationship, a real father-son relationship, and honestly, he would give anything for that. His father asks that he try to infiltrate a secret group, and not only that, after he successfully infiltrates them, he would like Jameson to distinguish himself so that this group chooses him to compete in their most challenging game. Jameson has a secret that should not be revealed to anyone. He has not even told his girlfriend Avery. But to enter the competition, he will have to divulge this secret to the group's leader. Grayson is still trying to protect Avery. He also has secrets, and his secrets involve his father. Grayson has been keeping an eye on his father's wife and daughters, Grayson's sisters, since Grayson's father disappeared. When one of the girls ends up in police custody, Grayson rushes over to help her. Gigi, his sister, misinterprets who he is. And frankly, how could she not? Grayson hints around at who he is, but his hints are so misleading that they lead her in the wrong direction. Thinking Grayson works for her father, she asks him to help her track down and solve clues that will lead to discovering her father's whereabouts. Of course, he agrees to help her, as it's going to allow him to keep an eye on her and her sister. As they work together, Grayson starts to feel a bond to both his sisters. But the consequences of his deceptions may cause him to lose more than he's willing. This book is different from the first three in the series, as it focuses more on the brothers themselves. And specifically, the Grayson storyline is a bit of a healing journey. What can you read for a similar experience? And with this series in the past, it's been difficult because there aren't a lot of books that are similar to especially the first book of the series. But here, I think it's easier. So these books all have characters dealing with something from their past. Whether it's someone they knew, something they did, or something that happened. And they all deal with family. First up is the newest book in the One of Us is Lying series, and that book is One of Us is Back by Karen M. McManus. I don't have as much to say about this book as I did about our main book because I don't want to give too much away, but the story brings together characters from the first two books of the series and some unresolved issues. It's beginning again. An electronic billboard is hacked to read, "Time for a new game, baby." Someone from the past comes back to town, and then one of the crew disappears. It quickly gets serious. No one understands the rules, yet they're all targets. And when that someone from the past returns, things quickly turn deadly. One thing Simon said way back in the first book that is still true: secrets will come out in the end. 7 Dirty Secrets by Natalie D. Richards. I enjoy this author's books. This one has the main character chasing clues. It's Cleo's 18th birthday, and she receives an invitation to a scavenger hunt. She assumes it's from her brother or her best friend, Hope, but it's not. Cleo and Hope are always interested in a good scavenger hunt, so of course they get started right away. But the clues begin to feel familiar. In fact, they are all related in one way or another to Cleo's boyfriend Declan, who drowned the year before on a rafting trip. A bracelet, a song, a photo of those who went on the trip. As the scavenger hunt draws to a close, it is clear that someone knows what really happened on that trip and that someone wants Cleo and her friends to pay. And our third book is How to Survive Your Murder by Danielle Valentine. Alice was the only witness at her sister's murder trial. And in the year since Claire's death, her life has fallen apart completely. Her parents got divorced. She lives in an apartment that smells like bologna. And she has to face her sister's killer in court. A courtroom filled with people who don't believe that she knows what she saw a year ago. Claire was beautiful and bubbly, a theater star. Alice is a nerd with an interest in pathology. She would rather stay home watching one of her favorite horror movies than go to a party. But they were best friends. It's the first day of the trial, and Alice is knocked unconscious by a Sidney Prescott lookalike. And when she awakes, it's the day Claire was murdered, and Alice has until midnight to save her sister and find the killer before he takes another victim. And there we are. I hope that you enjoyed the brothers Hawthorne and other books with characters dealing with something from their past. If you're interested in any of them, I recommend that you give them a read. I will be back next time when we talk about Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. Until then, I hope that you enjoy all that you do and all that you read. And thank you.